Thank you for watching this short video on how to create a new caregiver. In the first video associated with creating a new caregiver, we went over the caregiver's profile. In this second video, we will be touching on the calendar, certifications and evaluations, availability blocks, pay details, and documents. These tabs are very important in creating a new caregiver, as they will determine how a caregiver will operate. Beginning on the main dashboard, go ahead and scroll over to the Caregivers tab up here, click on your Caregivers list, and find the caregiver that we just created. So this will bring you to the caregiver's profile, but today we're going to begin by clicking on the Calendar tab located right here next to the Profile tab in the upper left-hand corner. You will be brought to a blank calendar. The view you currently see is the view the caregivers will also see in their portal. Most importantly, they can see any visits they are assigned to, as well as any days that they are blocked from. You can choose what all is displayed by either clicking Show Removed Visits or Show Only Unassigned Visits. You can either print or save a calendar as a PDF, print it here, save it here, and you can move forwards or backwards by clicking the next month, previous month. If you want to send the week schedule to a caregiver from this page, you can click the Weekly Calendar button located right here and it'll send a weekly calendar to that caregiver. Moving on, at the top of the page, go ahead and click on the Certifications and Evaluations tab. Here, you can choose a certification or evaluation, its expiration date, how many days before the certification expires that you would like to be reminded, as well as any notes about the certification. If the care plan signature was previously enabled, you can view if the caregiver signed the care plan for that client. Be sure to click the same Save button in the upper right-hand corner of the page if you make any changes by adding another certification or adding another evaluation. Moving on, go back up to the top of the page and click on Availability Blocks. Here you can create blocks where certain caregivers may be unavailable. If a caregiver is going to be gone for a short amount of time, less than 1 day, use the tab here that says Single Date. Choose the date by clicking in the date box, selecting the date, and then choosing the start and end time. If a caregiver is going to be gone all day, go ahead and check this All Day box. You can choose a reason you have created already from the drop-down menu, and if need be, attach a memo or notes in the block. Always be sure to check the box that says Unassign Caregiver from Blocked Visits, as this will automatically unassign the specific caregiver to any visits during the time they will be unavailable. If you need to block a larger period of time, or the same day week after week, click on the Reoccurring Days tab here. If you want to choose a period of days, for example a trip or a health leave of absence, click the day you know they won't be available and then choose Date Range. Here you can put in the start date and the end date, but if you want to block a period of time week after week, so we're going to get rid of this, we don't need that anymore. So week after week I want to block Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. This means that every Wednesday, week after week, from 7 to 10, this caregiver will not be available. Once again, be sure to check Unassigned Caregiver from Blocked Visits and press Save New Block. Finally, if you need to block a caregiver from a specific client, you can click the Block from Client button, select the client, select the reason, maybe a little memo or some notes. Always be sure to check Unassigned Caregiver from Blocked Clients, and then press Save New Block. Continuing on, go ahead and click on Pay Details up here, and in this tab, you set the default pay rates, you can see the pay rate history, and you can add documentation received from caregiver needed for payroll. Begin by setting the default hourly, live-in, and fixed pay rates. You can further customize pay rate settings by entering in a new number of hours to reach overtime pay for a specific caregiver. The options area, if set, prevents a visit from being billed to a client, do not bill, or paid to a caregiver, do not pay. When set for a client or caregiver, the option is effective starting now. The option is applied to unsaved visits, scheduled visits that have not yet been modified or verified. When set for a visit, the option is applied immediately and saved with that visit. This allows a user to override the client or caregiver settings on a per visit basis. The pay rate history section is a great way to keep track of any raises, past rates, or changes in rates of a caregiver. You can have 4 separate pay rate histories. If a caregiver has custom rates, they will show up here after syncing with QuickBooks. The documentation section keeps track of documents needed and received to process payroll for a caregiver. Be sure to click the Save button in the upper right-hand corner before moving on. Finally, go ahead and click on the Documents tab. You can see this is where you can upload documents. This tab is perfect for uploading and sorting certifications and evaluations. If a caregiver applied online and uploaded a resume or certification, it will automatically sync here. To upload a document, search your computer by pressing Choose File and then press Upload Document.